My name's Tobias. I study environmental science and I worked at Northumbrian Water for a year in their wastewater compliance team in the North East.
My name's Anya and I did a politics and history degree. I did my placement year as a marketing intern at Middlesbrough Council.
My name's Joe Linley and during my placement year I worked down in London with Airbus as a public affairs assistant.
My name's Louise. I studied marketing and management. I was working at Canon UK on my placement year. I was a business-to-business sales and events coordinator, and that was in Surrey.
So I did a placement year to develop my professional skills and get some experience in the workplace, to give me real life working examples to use when I went to assessment centres and when I was applying for graduate jobs.
I chose to do a placement year to improve my career prospects by getting a full year's worth of work experience. I also chose to do it in a field not related to my degree, so I could learn new skills in the marketing field.
I chose to do a placement year to gain experience within the environmental sector mainly, but also to increase my confidence.
So I used all aspects of the career service whenever I was applying to my placement. So even in the early days, I got my CV checked, my cover letters checked, and I used mock interviews, and not just face-to-face interviews either. I used telephone interviews, Skype interviews, and they were really, really helpful in helping me secure a placement.
So I tried to focus on 5 or 6 placements which I was really interested in to make sure I could orientate a really good application for them.
I applied to many different placement roles. I went to some assessment centres, I got interviews but didn't quite make the job. So from May I started to apply speculatively to different companies by researching them and seeing what opportunities could arise.
I was offered a placement before finding my placement at Northumbrian Water, but I knew it wasn't right for me. And then looking into the job description of Northumbrian Water's position, I knew that that was the right fit, and I'm glad I took it because I really enjoyed it.
During my placement year, I used skills that I'd learned during the first 2 years of my degree programme. For example, I used a lot of research, which was on events from around the country, and I also used verbal and written communication skills when talking to different people and writing copy for websites and blogs.
So a project I worked on whilst on placement was an event we held in Parliament. So we brought in some of our equipment from our space side of the business and showcased that to MPs so they got a real understanding of the work Airbus conducts in the UK.
Northumbrian Water gave me a wide range of projects, ranging from chemical and process engineering all the way to the environmental legislation part.
So I worked in such a variety of different projects during my placement year. A lot of these were events-based, so I was able to organise events up and down the country, travel to them, talk to potential buyers, and really get the benefit of my placement year.
So one of the skills I developed whilst I was on placement was my communication skills. So I learned how to present topics to key internal stakeholders and colleagues. I also learned how to do everything from sign off an email correctly to how to work in a team in a professional environment.
I developed my verbal communication mostly during my placement year, as I was given the chance to present my findings to a wide range of managers at different levels, with different disciplines and different backgrounds, and that really helped me build my confidence.
As a result of my placement year, I was much more productive and efficient during my final year. I was able to manage my time better and use prioritisation tools which I've learnt whilst on placement. I also improved my degree classification, and this was a real bonus of doing a placement year.
As a result of doing my placement year, I've been able to secure a graduate job within the university as a graduate ambassador. So doing the placement year has really given me a lot of real world examples that I can talk about in interviews. Invaluable,
Rewarding,
Relevant,
Challenging,
exciting.
fun.
inspirational,
life-changing.